Hey, Chelly,
Good morning.
how's things?
Things is all right.
Good, good.
I signed up. I finished. Excuse me. I finished getting everything ready for the Golden Dog. So I'm coming.
No way!
Aha,
Really?
way. Boy,
Oh,
I
that's gonna be so much fun.
have been to workshops all over, and this one was the worst tangle to organize. It was really quite something. But I talked to the people there, and they're just lovely. They were so helpful.
Yeah? Are you gonna stay at one of those cabins?
No, I'm going to stay in Stowe.
Oh, yeah.
It was hard to find a cat. It was hard to find a hotel.
They have
Um,
they have cabins right down this about a
yeah.
mile away. They were all filled?
Um, no, I didn't want to. I'm bringing Stu,
Uh,
um, Stuart, my husband,
yeah.
and I didn't want to have to do kitchen duty. So I wanted someplace that had a little eating place or a restaurant or something nearby.
Okay.
And boy, I probably went through 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You finally
But
found one, huh?
yeah, no, I found everything. I found some old mileage that I hadn't used in who knows how long, and I got to use that for the airfare, and it
Oh,
worked
there
out.
you go.
Yeah,
Good.
it worked out nicely. So I'm really looking forward to it. Have you done this at the workshop at this place before?
No, this is the first time. We're the very, very first. They contacted me because they just loved my work and we hit it off and they wanted, this is what they had in mind. And I said, okay, we can work it out. Um, but I didn't, yeah. So we'll see if it goes well. We'll be doing more. I got quite a few people coming. I couldn't believe it. Can't believe it.
Really? So that's good. I
Yeah.
think that,
People want to swim with the Goldens.
I mean, what an unusual and just heartwarming kind of a thing to do out of the blue.
Yeah, yeah. And these guys, did she tell you all about? They're pretty famous.
Not
They're
really.
farm.
I was thinking that if this went well, I might even, drag some people back there just for the hell of it. But no, tell me
Yeah,
I don't know.
uh, they've been on a few shows about health and happiness, and people have come out there and you know showed what they were doing on their farm with the Goldens and everything else they have going, and I can't remember the name of the show, uh, but it was. Gosh, who is it by? Who's the guy who played Aquaman?
Yeah,
he's the
the big
narrator
guy.
of he's the the big guy. He was the narrator of it, and it was pretty cool. I think it's just like an HBO thing or something. Maybe.
I think we saw a preview of it called On the Move or something like that. Him in a motorcycle or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, that could be
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it's a one of his little projects he likes to do. So he travels the world and finds these little happiness places. And then that was one of them. So it was pretty cool.
And this the fellow Doug mentioned when we were talking about hotels in Boston. He mentioned something about radiation. So I think they've had some health um, challenges in the past.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Uh,
are you going to
but
fly into Boston?
yeah, I got all excited. I was having such a terrible time, so I finally said, I'm calling them to find out how the hell to get there from California. And I almost did this. He said, they do Boston, and then it's a 3 hour drive. So it means I have to stay overnight on either end. Okay.
Oh,
So then it's a 3 hour drive. He said, but what they do is they fly into Montreal and then it's a 2 hour drive. And I went, Montreal? Oh my God, I love Montreal. Uh, so we wound up, Stuart would prefer to do Boston.
oh, Next
So,
time we'll do Montreal next time.
oh God, Montreal is just the most extraordinary place. I loved it.
Okay. Well, gosh, Kelly, thank you so much.
I'm so excited.
Oh, me too. I wasn't sure exactly how to get there. I haven't even put it together. I was just finally got. I'm going to Cape Cod in a couple weeks, and I finally just bought the tickets. I got to fly into Boston again too, so maybe I'd be flying to Boston twice.
There's worse places to go.
I guess there is. Boston is quite nice. So,
Yeah.
so cool, fabulous.
Is this our last class? You said something about last one.
Yeah, this is supposed to be our last one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, our last number 8. And but next week I will here. What am I doing here? Sorry, I got to get my get stuff going here. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I thought I was on. My camera was on. Uh, yeah, but next week I have like 4 commissions I got to get going on and get them done before I take off to to Europe for a couple weeks. So we got to get them out, done, and out. So I'll be working on something next week. Maybe if I start one, you guys want to come copy, play, you guys can do that. We could do that.
Sure.
Okay. I'm sorry, it's going to be a golden for some people out there who didn't want to paint goldens again. That's why we got alligators today. Okay. Because
This alligator is something.
we went from goldens to alligators. Well, I got a new a gallery down in Florida now that
Yeah, what's
well,
that?
I've always had this one. This one is down near Tampa. And yeah, they don't mind alligators art. So okay, I'll try one.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about the choice here.
Yeah, the way things have gone these days, I have to almost double dip. I almost have to figure out something we can do, and maybe I can, send it to a
Yeah.
gallery.
No, that's smart. I love it.
It's a little bit of work though. I mean, because this one was a lot of work for us last week,
Wasn't it?
wasn't
That
it?
was amazing.
But Kim kicked it out of the park, and so did Sarah. Shelly,
Yeah, nice job.
Did you work on it, Shelly, or you just
No,
said,
I did
not mine,
not.
not mine?
I was not able to, no.
Okay, Chell, no problem. But you're not going to have that added. We paint goldens, girl. We're going to stay busy. But this is really good. I mean, was turned out pretty cool.
I like the way that you work the fellow holding the hose behind the horse. That works out beautifully.
Yeah, he works a lot better. I knew that's
Yeah.
always the challenges when you're working with photographs, that they show everything and then you have to decide what you can't needs to be
Mm-hmm.
pushed away. So yeah, that works a little bit better. It makes sense. The guys have a nice connection. I still need to brighten it up a little bit. It's just a little dull in a few spots. Um,
Duller in the horse or the ground or what?
well, it's just a dull overall. It has a little too dull of a feel. It just
Yeah, yeah.
my darks. I kind of since it was a great day. I don't think my darks went as dark as they could have. But I think they're okay.
Interesting.
I think I want to just lighten up
Yeah, yeah.
maybe
Sure.
bring the water back up a little bit. But it was like one of the things, the wet painting, and sometimes the paint does not want to keep changing. So I quit fighting with it. Because all it does is get chalkier sometimes when you keep adding white and more paint to it. So
I call it improving. I've improved it and it went into the trash.
it's proving right now.
Ah,
All right. So I'm sorry. I got to now get this up in a minute.
no, go for it.
Okay. Oh, I got to let me get this done and get my thing done, and it will be good. So alligators, fun stuff.
Just so you know, Jim, I'm not painting today. I have been sick all week with pneumonia, if you could believe it.
Ooh,
Oh my
no.
poor
Yeah.
girl, you okay? You gonna be okay?
I'm gonna be all right, but I don't have the energy to do any painting today. So I'm gonna just watch.
Well, it's good I picked that one you didn't want to paint.
Well, I wouldn't say that I don't want to paint it, but it certainly wouldn't,
It wasn't, I knew it wasn't up your alley, but
not top of my list, but that's all right.
okay. Let me just gotta find the sucker. Come on. The heck did I name it? I call it Gator Clinton, so this should be it. Yeah, that's it. Oh, it looks so much better. Wow. Okay. Uh, yeah. Today, let me get my other. Well, I'm working on getting my other phone. I got to send me or did I send my text to myself? I did. Okay. Uh, 1 second here.
Recording in progress.
Hi. Uh,
Are you still doing that phone call tomorrow, Jim?
I am.
Okay.
I have to now. Why do you want to do it? You don't have to do it. I mean,
I might forget. I might forget is all I'm saying.
I understand. No problem. You're under the weather. That's great. I'm not great, but I understand, and we'll take care of it.
Yeah, okay.
It's a time change for you too. Anyway,
No, that's what I mean, that I might forget. It's kind of towards the end of my day and I'm not sure.
Well, you know what's going on.
I know what's going on. Yeah, no, I was just wondering if you needed any input from me, but I presume no. That's great.
I think
Lisa will take care of it.
Lisa will be there. There'll be me, Becky, and I will be there, and
Yeah, okay.
we also have other people coming back too. So that sounds like it's gonna be a fun trip.
And while we're on that topic, are you going to send an invoice?
And you want an invoice for what?
Well, so
For
far all we've got is an invoice from Jill for the room, I thought. Is that for the whole thing?
No, there is a workshop fee too now. So,
yeah.
So we switch it off. Yeah, if you want me to send invoices out, I can do that.
Well, otherwise, how are you getting paid?
I got people paid. Just send me the money, and I just cross them off of the list. I figured you probably pay in euros, but you guys still are on pounds there, right?
Yeah, we're on pounds, but I mean, I can pay. All right, never mind. This is not the time for this. We'll sort it out.
We're just painting an alligator today. It's not a big thing.
You know where to find me, either way.
Yeah, we do. We do. We know.
Okay.
I'm not too worried about you. I think you're good for it.
Okay, good.
Sorry, everyone. But yeah, we had some good news. There's Chelly's coming to my workshop in my other workshop I have going this summer in Vermont, where we'll be painting, living with gold. Well, running with the Goldens, and painting them and stuff. So that's going to be quite fun. That's a 3-day workshop up there.
Uh-huh.
That will be so much fun. And then what else I got going? Yeah, I'm going to Cape Cod in a couple of weeks for a 3-day work. I can't believe these people put me up into a right on the ocean. I'm right on the ocean.
Wow.
I can't believe that this hotel they put me on. It's like $850 a night. And they put me up in this. And I go, I should charge more. Okay. I just found that out last night. I was like, holy shit.
You're going to be in a really nice area. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have good enough clothes to go even walk in the place. Oh, well. So
that's making me laugh, actually.
Because it's true. You're gonna look like you're worse than the pool boy. Yeah, that's pretty easily to do. Anyway, yeah, last week I showed you what we did. We got everything out for the next one. Yeah, we're gonna paint a gator, I think, today. It's something I've never done. I've never painted a alligator before. I've never. I haven't really painted too many of these things. What else? Yeah, yeah. I can't even remember painting any kind of lizards or things like that. Don't get a lot of call for them, and so if I don't get calls for them, I really don't want to paint them. Uh, but sort of, this one sort of didn't really get a call for, but it has a place you could go. And I looked at this and I go, there's something there. Let's see if I can find it, to make it a painting. It's really not much of anything, but maybe we can focus enough on this paint on this shot on his head uh that this could be interesting because there's some details there I thought pulled out might be really kind of nice. Could be an interesting painting. Not real-
I'm looking forward to seeing texture.
me too.
Yeah.
And I'm trying, besides never painting it before, I'm going to be working on oil paper. This is Arches oil paper. I tried a painting out yesterday at when I was plain air painting. This is the stuff. It's Arches things. I won, a prize from one of my contests, painting contests, and they sent me a bunch of art materials from their place. And well, it's by Ticonderoga. Those yellow pencils, the
Yeah.
number twos.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they own all these art companies, and Arches happens to be one. And so they sent me out all their bunch of art supplies from all their things, some oils, some other things. But they sent me out this oil paper, and I thought I'd try. I've tried oil paper before, and it's kind of you get one shot at putting the color down, and then the second time you use it, put a color on. It doesn't really go on very well, so it didn't really react quite like I was hoping a canvas would. But this stuff, this is just a quick plein air painting.
Ooh.
Uh, it was interesting because I was able to get. I don't know. I'll bring it in close. I don't think you can't see
It's
it.
looking wet.
Yeah, it's very wet, but it has. You can get watercolor feels to the oils too. So you can get two mediums. You can get the watercolor plus the oils effect, and I thought that was really really cool. Because there's sometimes I try to do that and it doesn't work. And this thing you can scratch it out if watercolor. You can scratch the paper and get back to white, kind of like things. But I think you can also. I did try removing the paint and it did work. So not totally back, but you do get a tone to it. So it's interesting. So I thought I'd try it one more time because like we do, got France coming up, and I'd love to have something like this to try there that doesn't weigh a lot, and I can easily have enough of it, for everyone or for myself, and might work out. So we're gonna
That
try
would
that
be,
again.
that would be, I bought a couple of pads because I was going to travel. And I haven't used them and I forgot to bring them. So I'm interested in how this works out because this would be, it's a really great idea for going somewhere and not having to drag heavy things around.
I know because when I do go to these places, sometimes you have to take your own easel and stuff like that, and my case gets really heavy.
Yeah.
Uh, and I feel sorry for the porters because I'm afraid they're just going to throw it and it's going to break open. So yeah, this will help lighten it up a little bit because you put six of those pads together and they weigh a ton. Okay, little bit. Let's get painting. I'm sorry. Let's talk painting wise. I'll go with this. There we go. There's our buddy. Look at him. He's so friendly. Look at that smile. Who couldn't love that smile? There we go. Yeah. Okay. The cool thing about him is he feels cool. He has a lot of purples, a lot of grays in him. Does still has some richness in that tail. You can see the greens in that tail. You know, the warm greens mixed in with the things. You can almost tell. I can tell you what colors are going to be. Basically, we're going to be doing phthalo green and alizarin for him. A lot of that. And then into the tail, you're going to be doing probably transparent oxide and phthalo green. Or we could do, we've been doing this thing where we've just been using transparent oxide mixed with either blue or phthalo green. This would work. That could be the painting right there. It could be like 3 colors, and we could be done with this thing. Would you guys want to do that? We could just do like 3 or 4 colors.
That'd be great.
Okay. You guys, we'll show you that, and then we can play with technique. A little bit more technique on, removing things and stuff. Because those grasses back here, that's kind of crazy stuff. Sometimes if you paint the negative, you take out the negative, paint it and then try to take out the negative like that, it could be really kind of fun. So I'm always looking for fun in my paintings. I don't like to, do it just like everybody else. What I'm always looking for, maybe there's a better way or a different way that, somebody didn't think of. So, and then you got his checkerboard back here. Easiest way to do that, is just to paint it and almost scratch. I would say almost scratch those things in. If you had a dark underneath, might work. Or we could put them in with a knife. A knife would work. Knife would work probably fantastic. Do the verticals scratches. You can almost see them right in here. Going straight down, you do those with a knife, and then come back with a bristle brush for the horizontal little notches. Let me show you. These guys we do with a knife. These guys you just tap with the tip of your brush. I think that would work. That would definitely do that. Then we got all this. Then you got all this other texture underneath. We're gonna have to do something there, but I think try to do it still, again, minimal. You might be able to get away without doing all the variations of color in this area. You got the tan or the light area here. And then you got the blues. You might have to go, and then come back with just a few lights in here. That goes pretty quick. And if you try to look at the pattern that's going on, they are really different. You got big ones to little ones. They're not all the same size. So that's perfect for me because I can't paint the same size thing anything. So that's one spot you got to do it. That's probably one of the bigger spots that you really have to, if you want to make this right, you might concentrate on. But everything else can be just beautiful strokes right next to it. And I'm going to, especially on this tail, trying to not paint everything. This is where I think this watercolor effect underneath, the really dark like this, coming down, just let it drip into the grass. I'm not going to, let's see what happens. Maybe I'll paint that thing. I won't even paint any grass. Maybe I'll just leave it on white. Just let it drip down to the bottom of the panel. Things like that. And then just really just go in here and knock out that leg. Well, the leg, see, if you don't get in here and define the leg enough, it's going to be lost, and you're going to have a little bit of problems there. So We'll define the leg enough. It should pop out of there against just a little bit. But then if you knock out this face, that's the easiest part of it to do. Except for the teeth. You know, I got to count those teeth. There's a lot. That's a lot of teeth there. But the cool on top, the warm on the bottom, just so beautiful, you know? And then it's some of that warm again around the eyes. Interesting eye. You know, we only have one eye, bunch of teeth, lots of this stuff here. You know, it's one of those things if we can paint just a few of them to give the idea across, the better. You know me, I'm going to try and be as lazy as possible when I'm painting this and just pick out what I have to do. Okay. And if I have to come back and add more, I'll come back and add more. But you start with the less and then you can add to it, but you try not to do every one of these guys. If you can get the idea that they run in a row, that there's a, you know, they turn in space, they turn on the form a little bit. That's what you really have to do. Okay, that, and then you got a few things, the grasses we talked about, and then the light down in here I thought was kind of interesting too, just because he's in the shadows. I think it could be kind of neat. Anyway, that's what I have planned. Black and white wise. Values, yeah, pretty much his tail and the grasses behind him are the darkest things, which will help again pop him out of there. You might end up being able to go a little darker in the grasses behind his head there, because I think they, you know, just a little light. I like the ones behind his back a little bit better because they do get a little stronger darks, but hey, that gives you some space. Got some room to play, you know. And we got some other things. The tail's definitely dark as his head's. Yeah, value-wise, after that, you know, it gets kind of light in the back there. I would say it's probably closer to 2 back here in the background. 2 values in the thing. That might end up being a little light, but that's okay. We'll try. We can shoot for that, and we'll go from there. But I was thinking of, like I said, staining it, trying to stain it, and I could be making a huge mistake, and I'll end up having to paint it. But I'd probably have to paint it anyway. Let me see what it can do with this new paper and stuff, and give it a shot. It's interesting, but everything I'm going to be doing still can be done on a regular panel or a canvas. It's not a big deal, except for might get some nice, really cool watercolor effects no one else could ever get. But it should be fun. In the scales, yeah, lots of scales to do there. As you can see, even in the gray, you know, that there really isn't, you know, if you look at it, you can see what does this white, it says go. It just says go, doesn't it? I mean, look at it. It just says, you know, go, right? So there you go. That's all the dots you have to do is just break go in your dots when you start dotting it up, and you'll be there. At least, you know. Okay, that was supposed to be funny. No laughs. Okay, bad idea. Let's move on. Let's go over to the palette. You guys, any questions on this guy? No questions. Okay, there's a good start. Good start. Let's head over to
I have a question. Just to keep you on your feet.
Oh shit. You're supposed to be sick.
I am sick. Well, I'm getting better, but nonetheless, no, my question is simple. The crocodile or alligator, whatever he is, he runs off the page. Are you tempted to fill him in, or you don't really care? You think it's good that we only see a little bit of him? And I'm asking that question because I'm painting a horse.
Yeah.
I don't have the whole horse, and I'm trying to fill it in off of, because I hate that. I hate when there's half an animal on
On
it. Yeah.
here I am. I'm purposely cropping mine.
Well,
I can send you the whole alligator. I mean,
oh,
there
you
was
have
more.
it. Okay, I thought maybe that was
There was a
yeah.
back. There was a back to him, and his back foot was coming out of his ass. But I just said I'll never make that work. Because it was just
Okay, so you
back.
took that decision. All right, fine. Well,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I want to concentrate on the head anyway. It's not, trying to
Yeah.
decide on what it is. It's more that. I think that could be really kind of cool.
So then you could crop it in even further, right? And
You
get rid
could-
of all that grass and stuff, which is kind of boring.
Oh
to paint.
yeah,
Okay.
and like I said, I'm gonna look at it before I paint the grass and stuff, and after, let's
Got
see,
it.
maybe we can go a little more graphic on this, a little different, take a different take on it. That's
Maybe
all.
an alligator portrait.
Yes, kind of a portrait. It's oils. We can
Okay.
always come back in and put green in.
Got it. Well, that was sorry. So now I understand your thoughts.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I was thinking about the green behind his head, everything like maybe from the alligator's tail on up. Maybe we'll paint. I was thinking about maybe that, doing, we could try that, and then our backup is to paint it. We could put the yellow in and then stain it, keep bringing the cools in to green it out to the alligator, but that's a lot of work. Let's concentrate on this, and if it works out, it does. But if not, we'll send Sarah to finish it for us, and we'll see what she does. And then we have a good choice. Sarah's still here, right? Yeah, she's here.
Yeah.
Okay. I just thought it might have went over her head. Anyway. I think Anyway, we got our regular tools out, big brush, some synthetics, some nice bristle brushes, nice palette knife, like that one thing, and then we got some paint erasers if we have to. This could be what we put the scales in with. This could be, that tip here could be just right for, that's the fun thing. We're going to explore. Nothing's set in stone. And I've never painted a alligator before. I've never, I was thinking about an elephant. I had a big, huge elephant too, shot. But I was going, I just don't, some things have to be painted a certain size, it seems like. And if I painted it small like this, I figured it would be a waste of time. It'd probably go to some antique store or something like that.
You know what I did?
Charity shop. Yeah.
Yeah, charity shop.
I pasteurized it because it was just to get an idea of the different colors. And boy, he's a beauty. When you bring out all of the blues, the lavenders, the light green, I mean, he's really gorgeous.
Yeah, that's the thing. But he's just an alligator.
Yeah,
that's the key thing. If we can bring the beauty out into something ugly like that,
yeah.
you like doubled your, how well it's done. So, hey, thank you, Joe. Okay, so that's what we're going to work with. So we need to mix up, like I said, we're going to try and keep it kind of simple, warms and cools, So our first, we're going to go with our warms because I like to get that tail. That tail's the darkest thing here. Transparent oxide and green, and transparent oxide and blue. We're going to do. So we're going to red transparent oxide with red. Oh, I didn't go through my colors. I'm sorry, real quick. You guys, the regular colors: titanium white, cad yellow light, cad red light. Sorry, cad orangish, ochre, yellow ochre, light oxide red, alizarin crimson, my cobalt blue hue, phthalo green on the blue side, transparent oxide red. I might have some red up there, but it looks like it's really pretty gone. So this is transparent oxide red we're starting off with. You can see the red transparent in there. It's such a gorgeous color because I just did a painting. I think it was Monday's class where I couldn't find my glass of my transparent oxide, so I had to use burnt sienna, which is a lot sort of like it. I keep saying it's a lot like it. It's not.
It's not.
It's I think that this is more transparent than burnt sienna. And so this has a lot more richness to it, a ton more richness, because the damn people who did theirs with the transparent oxide looked so good. Oh,
Was that, wait, back up. Green?
yeah, this is phthalo green. Phthalo green and transparent oxide. One on each side. We don't have to be quite the brown, but I would like it a little rich because it's at this dark level here. That's kind of where I was looking at, these really kind of very dark levels for that tail. And so this could also be those cuts in here. We can do them with a knife. If you got a bent knife, it will work perfect for this. Just that edge. Okay. So we're going to try those, have those out, and then we're going to do transparent oxide in blue.
The cobalt blue?
Cobalt blue. And yeah, one on the blue side and one on the brown side, which I'm hoping, because this color has so much yellow in it.
Really? Wait. But
And the transparent oxide has enough yellow in it. I was thinking it might turn a little bit of greenness to it, but it's.
Yeah, I never thought of that. Okay, cool.
It's online. But those colors look great. And then we just got to do some cools. Cools, yeah, almost the exact same thing we're going to do with just alizarin. Phthalo green again. And alizarin. One on the alizarin side. Hopefully, that's right down the middle. That'll probably be turned green. So I'm going to add just more alizarin. Yes?
And blue, right? Yeah, alizarin. Okay.
Yeah, alizarin and phthalo green.
Phthalo. Oh, whoops. Where's the phthalo?
Did you write? Oh. Are you going to paint? You painting with this, Charlie?
I'm going to try.
Good.
I'm low expectations here.
I think we'll be okay. I think we're going to be okay. Well, that should take care of the beast. And next, definitely we're going to have to cut them down and add white to it. I'm not going to go too thing. I'm looking at his the midtones of his legs here. And I'm saying that could be 7. Let me look on the screen. Yeah, let's go 7 on those, or 8. Let's stay 8. So we're going to take these colors and split the piles. And add enough white, about the same white to make it an 8. And I find to make it an 8 is about half color and half white. Make it right about an 8. So check your piles, measure them up, get about the same amount of white, put them in here. Yeah, that's a 7. Okay. Did not make enough of that one, boy. Chinsed out because I was going, oh, I'm doing a small painting, so I don't need that much paint, but it did not work out. That's a little bit too rich. Okay. So I'm gonna run that in here. But you can see how this color here can come down. Well, it can be definitely work back there. Not this one. Let's try the next one. Oh, yeah. The half and half. It's not that. There we go. I'm probably closer to 7 than 8. But that you can start to see how that color, you can see up here, even in the water up here, that this tan and stuff, if it was mixed with that green, it would probably get that color perfectly. But this is you can see the warmth in the face. This is going to work out really well. Just not this value. Probably going to have to go probably closer to 5s for that big value. Okay, so I've been overshooting my white by a little bit. So this is blue and transparent oxide.
Which blue? Oh yeah, that one. Third, that's the third one.
Cobalt, yeah. This
Yep,
is the
that's
third.
the third one.
You
Okay.
can see the greenness in it. Oh, that's almost get some of the grasses back there. So I can probably use that. That's going to be okay. Definitely a lot in him. Okay, let me see what the next one does. Transparent oxide side. A lot like the green, but just cooler version. And then alizarin and phthalo green.
Alizarin? I thought that was blue.
This one's phthalo green and alizarin. We can do blue. Oh shoot, that was way too much. Was it? This is the color that's going to kick the butt out of this. That's the color. These two together are going to have a lot of fun in this thing when we lighten them up. You can see the tip here is his nose and his head. Definitely will be on the phthalo green side, maybe then to its back going down here. Be flipping it over and going to the purple side. So we're going to leave this where it is. I like it a lot. Now I'm going to take and lighten these guys up one more time because I think the color is going to come out really cool. So I'm going to take these guys and do the same thing, bring it down, take the colors, you don't have to split it, and then add about the same amount of white again. So usually I kind of figured it out that it's half and half, make an 8, half and half, should take it to about right around at 5. So,
Dang, dang, dang. Mhm.
so. And if I want to I'm going to base everything off this color for the lights, and so it definitely could go a little bit farther white. There we go, right there.
Yeah.
That should get there, and if not, it's going to help everything else. Good, good, good. That was a feel-good moment. There we go. Enough white now. And I'm thinking also these two together might really end up being in his face too. But we're gonna get a lot of transparent crossovers here too with the colors. I think that when they mix up on the canvas, when we do lay our underpainting in there, because we're still gonna have to do a little bit of underpainting, but then having the thickness of the paint come through, that is a perfect. Yeah, wow. So that's what I figured. It was going to be either this one or this one. These guys are gonna. There's going to be a few places for both these guys. Ooh, boy, that one changed a lot. That one changed a lot. That one almost nails it. Okay. Well, I don't think I might not have enough white to change this one down, right? I'm going to leave that there. I think I have brought out two big piles here. Because I wouldn't be able to get it to run here. It was just I was gonna have a huge pile of it. I don't think it was gonna ever get light right enough. So that's just a hair dark. One more step. Okay. And I think blue. These guys are gonna be the key to the painting right here. These colors. These lights. Midtones we probably won't even probably use that much, but gotta make them. Can't get to here without them. Okay, there we go. Oh, you can see I passed it. I just lost the color. Just lost color. Just
Because you added white, too much white?
so much white, and then when I put it on here, even this tone went pale. So just a alizarin. I'm just gonna add just a touch more alizarin to my colors. This color. Ugh. Oh shit. Yeah.
You've improved it like I do.
Yeah. You got that purple in there. You got it cool. But that sheen, that's the whole thing, is this, it has this sheen to it. That lighting to his scales. I'm just gonna have to put a little blue in here. Okay. We'll save that. You never know. And I wanted just to get to a little blue or gray. Yeah, just a touch. And if nothing else, I'm going to go back here and just go back and just make sure I have just a regular straight purple one. That might be a too red.
Mhm.
This is what. No, they look like the exact same. I was there. Quite it. Okay. So that's pretty much the beast. I mean, there's going to be a few things here like these two colors. These two, I might try to get them in mix because it's just more neutral, and that would be perfect for his face. And then I do a little bit of the same here, but a lot of this will probably end up. You got to kind of think that it's going to happen naturally on the canvas anyway.
Jim, are you going to use any different brushes because of the linen paper?
No, I found I could use the same ones.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
it seemed that they worked plein air painting. So if they can do that, they can do anything. Basically, now if I do phthalo greens, I'll be taking these little pieces of these guys. If I'm going to do any sorry, if I'm going to do some of the greens, basically just going to be using cad yellow mixed with these green ones on the green side, just to see how they go. Yeah, this can start to get into the brighter area. Maybe it's probably still a little dark. This is supposed to be on the blue side. I'm just steal a little blue. A little blue with just a touch of red in it, which will help can get me there. As you can see, even that's a tricky thing about greens. That's why they're so tough to do. Because they are on such on the dark side. And when you just keep adding yellow, 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 you feel like it's never going to get there. This would be perfect for the darker areas. But then it's almost like pure yellow. Some of these guys, you get this area down in here. So we will play.
Okay.
Like I said, this is the last resort area down in here. If my idea was to basically not do to the green, do the dark thing, and just see if there's some of the oils just kind of run down naturally and make lines and things like that. I'll go through the colors. Again, transparent oxide and transparent oxide red and phthalo greens. Coming down with white to about 8s. And then coming back down to again to about 5s, maybe. And then transparent oxide again with blue, very dark, coming down with white, and then coming down again. Over here, we just did phthalo green and alizarin, coming down with the green side blue. And then we come down here with the whites. What I did here at the end, I just did a cross mix between the two, trying to get into the grayer areas of the two. That was the color I was shooting for all along. Easy, wheezy. Anyway.
Quick question, Jim.
Yes.
On number 4, I'm coming up to orange. I am coming up to orange. So I want to
More
get
blue.
down to more which?
Just more blue added.
Blue. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, mine stayed pretty orange too, but I figured that it's going to gray out with
Okay.
white, and it's going to gray out with the other color, and sooner or later it'll work out. These colors down here, I took
there you
them
go.
from all the green ones here
That did it.
and added tons of yellow. I might end up adding just a touch of white to them too if I had to just to take the chill off it, to get that last thing. And that is all if it doesn't work out. That's the thing. It's oils. We're having fun. All right. See you guys all next year. Have a good
Yeah.
day.
It's Merry Christmas. It's been great.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's fun. Okay. Get this back up. Now it's fun time. We're just going to paint and draw. And if we have to put, if we go with the green, it would be like the last resort, but it's not it's pretty simple. The green, putting in the green. If the ground and stuff, it's not too much trouble. I think, don't say anything. I think Kim went to sleep. Sleeping. She's just wishing she could paint this.
I am.
Going,
But-
I know what the heck happened. Look at that, like that now.
So I'm so stiff though. I didn't feel like sitting there. I want to sit someplace comfortable. So
Oh, I understand.
yeah.
Get my bags out of the way. Get out of here. Oh, might have to bring this down because it's just a little high. Get it down centered for you. Oh, there we go. Where are you going? Come back here. Oh,
Oh,
let me get this. I can get this out a little bit. Oh, I can do it up here. All right. See? Oh, we are beauty. So you can sort of see where we're going. So like I said, I'm gonna put a slight tone to the top. And just a slight tone. This is so it's just straight oil and some transparent oxide. Just a little bit of oil. Come on, smoosh around. There we go. Gotta use, break it down just enough. Get that paint to thin out.
Is there any painting that you wouldn't use that as a prime, prime canvas color?
Oh, come on.
No, I'm asking because, like,
Flower.
for instance, that alligator is purpley and it's kind of cool, and so that might not have been what I would have gone to. I'm not sure what I would have gone to, but that's why I'm asking the question.
Oh, well, good question then.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to be funny.
No. I
It seems
flowers.
like anything
Sometimes,
with a lot of greens, you're happy to put that down, regardless
Yeah.
if they're cool or other greens. Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I
Right.
don't
Okay.
anything can help me a little bit that way. Uh, I am thinning this out and getting a little bit more oil on the paper here. Trying to get a little bit thing. I don't. Yeah, I don't use any really weird colors. You know that. So
So, for instance, you wouldn't use cobalt blue to start that with because the blues would work with
This is
green.
the challenge.
No, I'm just asking because we never do it. So I'm just wondering if it's just a total no-no.
No, there's no such thing as no. There's people who do pinks and other colors in theirs. That's some people love to have pink show through in underneath. I just was trying not to do white, let white show through.
Hmm.
And I just find this is more natural for usually the things I paint that this color this color and the other oxide red side, light side. This was more red, a little bit more red, but this will just keep the greens from getting muddy. But the purples, a different story. But we're going to be painting those, so I'm not too worried about that. I mean, you look at his face; it's all in this color's all in his face. It's in those grayed out purples, so it's not a big deal. So let me get this out of the way where I can draw. Okay. Again, okay. So we got a lot of hairs up here coming down, grass hairs up there. Coming down. I probably should have took this down just a hair farther. But we'll see. That could just be his tail. Looking at these things because it's almost splitting. As long as I'm past halfway, that'll be fine. I can live with that. Just a long spike. And when that spike comes, pretty much after that, it's right here to his shoulder. And his arms back in here. Up in here, coming around. Into that. The claw. And you got all those ribbings there and a split here. Oh, got to get that in here. But you can see that light texture. It's that watercolor texture happening, and it's puddling up in the crevices of the paper, because this does have the paper like a watercolor texture to it.
I think I'm gonna have to practice on that before I bring it.
It's a practice. It's not a and it's nice thing is you get a lot of 12 sheets for the money. Oh shit, we got to get this guy in. Well, we're gonna have to redesign a little bit here, I think. Let me see that head. Oh, let's see. Well, okay. I was thinking I think I just got to push everything back. He's going to stay here. I have no more room. Oh, I am right up against it. I got to move that back. I can't be any closer than that. Wait, got his head back shorter. Okay, so this is going to take a little bit longer to draw than I thought. Okay. The back end's easy to do, so we're going to work on the front end and get everything else off that. Get angles right, hopefully. Everything. Really? Well, this is right. This is right in here, so right in there would be fine, and move everything back a little bit. Oh, okay. That'll work better. Just basically, I just have to move the finger back. There's a whole arm long, too long. This is about right, though. Huh, okay. All right. So, yeah. You can split this most. Got his back leg in here, part of his back leg. Not much there. I mean, this is like one of those areas like I'll put something in there, but I don't want an area that I'm not confident in is drawn right, or prime example of botanist being right. not botanist, but that this leg is drawn right and stuff. So we're gonna hide it. And if we don't give it any love, don't pay any attention to it, usually that works. Okay, so I probably just went up just a little high right here. That's what threw the whole thing off. And I probably could have come down a little longer here. Let's bring it down back in here. Okay. Like there, thing there. And this will be the light. Right there. Okay. So I'm just testing out a few techniques too as I go here. If you can still rub out areas, you can see it drips pretty quick. So that works. It will run. The thing is just to get it to run the way we want it to. Which, hey, that's the thing is you get it to run a little bit the way you want. And maybe you'll get a couple good ones that you like. But usually it's very rare does it really work out where the drips kind of drip perfectly for you in this right spot. So I'm going to get rid of that line a little bit. See, now I'm starting to, vignette it to draw it out. I think I'm going to arc his tail a little bit too. This is kind of just as too straight of a line. And that, I hate that. Too much. Just arc it here more. Then I'll just lightly arc this one up here so it's not doesn't get too thick. So just a little heavier down in here. So, and I'll just wipe off his back here a little bit. Let's see if it works. Keep the light up. Okay. I'm just going to use a little bit of oil in my touch of clean oil on my finger here. See if it releases. A little bit. Second one should work out better. Okay, so we sort of getting there. Okay. All right. I'm going to say that's almost drawn good enough. Gives me an idea. You an idea. A lot of things like when I get to the eyeballs and stuff, it'll be just a little tougher to get there. So just checking to see even at this point, the removing it helps. Just checking. All right, going with our first color, transparent oxide and phthalo green. That's gonna go pretty much in here, and it's gonna start to put in the around the arms here, and a little bit of the back foot. I'll probably put it in the back here too a little bit just to push and squeeze this guy together here. So let's start. I'm just going to water it down a little bit.
Is that going on his tail or on the green?
It's going to go on his tail, and then I'm going to put it on the green behind him afterwards.
Yeah. Okay.
But I want it a little bit darker, but also I think I got to water, basically water this paint down a little bit. And if I stagger my brush tip like this, going all the way like this to do it, I probably can get that serrated edge a little bit going. Okay. And get that green in here a little bit. Okay, we're going to stop there. See, it's already dripping. And is that where I want it to drip? I don't know. Not yet. I don't want it. Get the back of his arm here. Just what happens when you just use it here too much oil. Maybe I think I moved his arm back a little bit. You know, what I said about also about, trying to be kind of correct since I'm painting something you really don't paint don't have never painted. Uh, sort of trying to be correct on proportions and things like that. But, also still using your paint knowledge to go, well, I can do that, but I'd rather the design is still probably more important than being super accurate. Try to stay with your idea. Okay, and now that my color has pretty much washed out here, it's more of a wash. Now I'm just thinking about, getting the back here a little bit.
Mm. Worry comes a lot of redrawing here. Might have that eye too low, might too high. That's okay. Yeah, that neck probably could go thicker. Oh well, we'll figure it out. See, in watercolor, you can just build up the transparency and build it up, build it up. The paper just keeps holding the color. So here I was thinking I would just by wiping it off and stuff, like going, well, that one idea I had about painting the negative areas here and stuff, maybe remove. I was thinking maybe I could remove the paint and do it, but or if going.
Yeah, how does your paint eraser work on this?
That's a good question. Let me put a little bit more paint on here. Right now, everything's kind of washy, so there's not really like.
Yeah, it looks like you're painting watercolor.
Yeah, it is.
It's going on that way, huh?
Pretty much. Okay, nothing there. Let's try it over here. Let's say we got a spot there. You can get, oh, okay. You know, I could probably get, you know, if I put it in here, maybe we'll get lucky. You know, maybe we could, you know, that's a great thing about, you know, the way we paint is, you know, you mix your colors up ahead of time. Now you can, when you're painting, you can just think about this. You don't have to think about so much about, you know, is the color right? That kind of little stuff. It works. I I'm gonna try a little bit when it dries out a little bit, and I think my I'm thinking that it won't come off as good uh after it sits here a little bit. It's
Why would that be?
I think it's, you know, sinking into the paper. The
Oh,
color sinking into the paper a little bit. If you
Huh.
get it, if you get it early, you know, like this, it
yeah.
feels like the color you can get that color sec, you know, in there, you know, and get it off. But I'm thinking as it sits here and stains the paper and you know soaks in, it's going to be a little bit tougher. But it's kind of creating some nice little texture things here. Maybe we can get done early today. What happened here? Okay. Anyway, that's our first color. Uh, I'm going to skip down because of I want to make sure this color gets in here. I want to jump down to the phthalo green and alizarin.
Yellow, green, and alizarin.
Yeah, I want to get that down in here. This is on the green side, in fact, a little bit. I just have to move the color around just to be able to put a little bit more oil in it so it affects. I just want to drag this up a little bit into this guy. Colors almost as you would with a watercolor. But you can, these effects, you're just not going to get the paper effect, but you can get this effect still with things. But there's some transparency things here. Pretty cool. I mean, now you can start to see the two, you could really get that watercolor effect, huh? But I just saw this color in some of these greens right next to it. And I just want to get the cool side in here too. Because if it's, then I think it's gonna just could end up being muddy until I get to the whites. So, but I would love to have some of this stuff, you know, show through. I'm going on the purple side of that, which is just a more alizarin side. Because I want to get, I can think I can get this color, you know, back in here a little bit. So you can get a dry brush effect too. You see that dry brush effect. Now on water, you know, sometimes you get those puddles, you get those things like that. You go, I kind of wish we were doing this in watercolor at this point right there, because to be able to get that effect going over things, sometimes I don't want to put in the lines too much yet. I started putting in this line here and
Okay, where?
don't want to be too tight on that area. I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna get there with it. Okay. So the green has really, you know, started to take over.
Mm.
So So when you get this done, and if you like it, like a certain drip going down, sometimes, yeah, you got to lay the painting flat. I do that all the time, especially with underpaintings. You want to get you don't want to, you use so much oil, sometimes you're underpainting that this stuff will just keep running. So you got to lay it flat so it just doesn't keep moving. It's not kind of tells you to stop. So painting vertically, like we are, this stuff's going to run a little bit faster. So if I tilted everything, it might work out better if I did paint it like a watercolor. Oh well. For you guys though, because I'm doing this for you guys. That's
You're a giver, Jim.
I am. That's me, man. I'm a giver. Anyway. You know me too well already. Uh, my big brush is really kind of coming to an end here, I think. But it does, it does affect go in here pretty nice. Okay, I'm gonna have to come back and put in the warms into this green here.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go to synthetic right now for this effect. Keep going. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go back now. I'm gonna go back all the way to the transparent oxide and green, very first two colors we made. You can go on to the brown side. We did the green side, in here in the tail and lightened up. This is pretty much all green going over that transparent oxide. Now we're just going to the transparent oxide side. And I'm trying to start with where it could go first. I'm going, maybe I know it goes in the mouth, so I am just gonna sometimes just hedging my bet and making sure I can see it going into a few spots before I dive in and throw it in something. Okay, I think his eyeball probably got a little too dark. I'm gonna leave that. I don't. Where I did see it. Oh, wait a second. God darn it. Sometimes it's. Yeah. I'm just gonna run it again, right at the top edge of his tail here, right on those things. Little different, little different. Here I got painting something I've never painted before, and I'm painting it a little different than I paint before. So, yeah. So if it doesn't turn out, there's multiple reasons I can give for it not turning out. I tell you, which is no. But if it turns out, hey, maybe we found something. Some
You think there's a big market for alligator painting?
not for alligator paintings, but I'm just thinking of basically technique.
Ah,
Of technique of this oil and watercolor mixed together kind of thing, without
yeah,
being like the medium.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
It's pretty interesting.
it could, and then I'll just maybe it'll end up probably you go, oh, it's not but more of a gouache type painting anyway. I mean, because you can do the same thing with gouache. You can do thicks and thins like that. But all the things. Okay. I'm gonna give it just a touch of oil, more oil. Go on my transparent side here. I'm just gonna really kind of just lay some oil in here, around the edge and just let it drip right down to here. I think it's gonna end up dripping a little bit. Yeah, it's gonna run probably way more than we need. Well,
Well, you are painting something that comes out of water.
yeah.
You could tell them you did it on purpose to be
Well,
a metaphor for his.
hey, I did do it. I was calling my shots. I was calling my shots the whole time. All right, so they would basically have a nice base drawn in. I mean, it's pretty much there. Everything's there. Grasses. I mean, I don't know if I need to go any darker, in these one areas here. I think I'm just gonna leave those.
Okay.
Just gonna leave those. All right. Um, the blue and things. Oh shoot, yeah, I could have probably got some blue in here too. Let's see if we overpaint a little bit. I'm gonna add just a touch more blue to my colors. Just not coming through. There we go. This looks really close to it anyway. Not like the fun thing though is but the difference. Okay, of between this and watercolor. When you put it on like this, it doesn't move as much. Where watercolor you put it in there, kind of dissolves and kind of spreads. This isn't spreading like that, but it's still you got this other nice texture effect. Interesting, interesting. Oh, drawing problem's going to be all the way through this thing.
Hmm.
Okay. I think that's good. All right. We are done with our darks. Darks in here. Did not run as far as, it just kind of dripped down here. Did not, I expected it maybe to, you know, cut through here a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. I can live with that. Anyway, now we're going to start our mid-tones on here. Here I'm going to start with, wait, I'm going to just tone that front edge down a little bit more with transparent phthalo green and stuff first. I just want to just the top edge of his face here, just cool it off because of I'm not sure if it's warm. It's because it's what I laid in underneath. Anyway, I just wanted to cool it off before I went to the lighter version. I'm going to go to a little bit smaller brush. Okay, I'm going to go to the midtones. Going to start with the purples. So I'm going to stay down here with the phthalo green and alizarin. This is at number 8. This is on the red side, so it's kind of a little bit basically purple. Yeah, it's a little, yep, a little dark for where I was expecting it to go. It's okay. We're still under his eye, back here in this area here. Just touching it in and just letting the see, I can put it in there and I can get opaque over the transparent side, or I can touch it a little lighter and get it the other part showing through. This might be really cool for this effect of this face. As long as I don't go too green and make it like a, cartoon. This is, I'm going to go here and just paint his forearm. There's just this one spot here coming down right there. I did 8s. I called for 7, but I did 8s. Sevens was the right call. So Kim, when you do paint this, 7s are the right call. I know she's right on it. She's right on it. Yeah, because that would have been closer to what I wanted here, and then just a little bit of a highlight going on. So at this angle, everything, like I say.
Are you gonna go over those again? Those bits, like the top of his nose?
Yeah. I will be doing all these things one more time.
Yeah,
Right
because it
now-
looks like it's like light blue almost
Yeah,
on the screen. Yeah, okay.
yeah. It really it's purple, but it's light blue. And back here, I'm just going to put it in roughly. I don't want it too perfect. I want a little bit of everything to kind of show through here. Ooh, that little texture right there. She said, "Man, if you would have got that down there, man, that might have been, really close to what you could almost get away with." Oh well, I didn't, and it didn't. So, okay. And then just a little bit of color on this back tail here, this light pointing in. And you can start seeing some of the drips will just happen. And we'll take care of them as we need to. I'm going to throw a little purple, a little lighter purple at the bottom of his jaw here. If this is watercolor, you would say, well, that color right here is right already. I could leave that. So we will see. But I mixed it up. So this is oils though. So we're going full tilt. Full tilt. And then we'll come back in here and we'll try a few things. It's a test. It's not like a, big deal.
It is testing my patience.
Am I?
Yeah, no, the painting.
Mine
You're
painting?
fine. You're fine.
Oh,
My
sure. Sure, you're fine. You're okay. I'm okay. Okay, sure. Are you trying it on oil paper?
I did it. No, I did it too small of a canvas, and my colors aren't right. Other than that, everything's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, that means your drawing's good.
No.
Your color's off. How could your colors be off?
Happens
now
every time, Jim. Now that's your fault.
My fault. I think
Absolutely.
my fault again. I think it's just too early for you. You grabbed the wrong tube.
Yeah, I agree.
That California time. Anyway. All right, so this is the green. I'm gonna come in with this. This is the mid. I'm gonna try it. Usually I would go with purple. I kind of see purple in here, but I want to see if I can start these ridges here in his tail, and using the size of my brush and giving it just a little line in between. Don't clean your brush too much, just flip it. We don't want, see, if you go get good clean paint all the time, this will look like a line. You're not going to use the paint, the mixing in your brush. And it'll feel much more natural. That's working out pretty cool because this will stop pretty much all these drips too. When you
What do you
start
mean? The drip? What, the drips will stop? Is that what you said?
yeah, they'll stop right at when you put opaque paint in.
Okay,
They'll stop
gotcha.
pretty much right there,
Okay.
unless they have too much oil and they can overrun it. But these are almost like a come kind of like a dam almost. So this next line, definitely the same thing. I'm just going to go over every stroke I just put in right above it, and just go to the slight angle to it. You know, bringing it down almost right to it, leaving a space. Both been a space. So I am losing a little bit of that thing. This is oils. What the heck? And then the underneath one is just basically the same thing. But I'm just going to use the tip of my brush. You know, to get the third row. And that's all I'm going to do. Let these things go and see if I don't have to come back here and do much. That's always the little thing is, what can I get away with? Okay, I'm gonna stay cooler. I gotta stay on the purple side, back here behind him a little bit. Make sure this dark here doesn't go away, or the warmth in his tail doesn't go away. If I put this his belly back in here too warm, that warmth, the warmth in that tail will go away, and they'll just start to mix too much. Got to come back and put a little bit of darks in a few things, like this back foot here. Yes. So this is going over it, and that worked out fine. Now, what I was finding, I really yesterday was like, this is pretty cool stuff. I mean, this is much better than some of the other oil papers I've tried. So, but I tried those oil papers way back when. I probably could have been my fault too. You can still get the darks in here pretty nice. Man, we screw that canvas thing. We don't even do canvas anymore. We're gonna go right to paper. Now we can always play with it. You know that purple? I'm gonna jump down now and work on his face, and we're gonna be doing more of these Alizarin and alizarin phthalo green way on the alizarin side with white, probably like I said, to 5. You could go to 4 probably value. So that is just purple. And this is one where I pushed the alizarin. Remember I said, oh, that's way too much. Way too much. And sometimes I do that and it just you end up it's probably right. Right on the edge. I'm gonna have to get across over his head. Well, all right. I'm going to come in with a little bit of green right next to it. Phthalo green side of this. You can do the back of his head, just that little spot. Okay. This is like a true mix of the two. I'm going to do that underneath his eye here. Just run on a line here. Okay. Gonna soften the back edge a little bit. Blur it into the colors. Try to do this always pretty quickly. Quickly. Um, don't go a lot. Try to do it simply, I think, more than quickly, I guess. But you want to get these guys dabbed in here. You don't want to go back and forth too much because you go back and forth, you're just going to create mud. His eye's just a little. I'm going to make his eye a little greener. I'm going to come down here to the transparent oxide and phthalo green side. And just touch in his eyeball here for you. Try to use the dark that I have around it to my benefit. I'll be going to this warm side real quick into the bottom. Hopefully, it'll work. Look like I might have to go just a hair lighter here and there so far, but okay. I need to get a little darker here too. Just in his, I'm thinking about this other texture of run of scales going in here, in around his neck here. Again, just trying to get the dark in, and then I can just paint a few of the other stuff in. And if it works out, the thing is, if it works out well, I can always dive back in and do some more. I got this thing going a little bit too far. So far it's even putting paint over paint over paint. Looks like it's okay. I might have to go a little lighter. I'm going to just do his nose here a little bit more. Gonna go just a touch lighter. With adding a little bit of light. Probably to about a 3. Well, that's right there is 5. Jeez, that was I'm not going to go to 3 then. I'll probably go to 4. Yeah, it's almost too bright, but let's try it. Just a few little spots here. Yeah. I think I broke his nose. Look like a big old hunk there. So that'll be fun to see if I can how to fix that.
I just heard my husband say, uh-oh, I'll be back.
Oh, you're in trouble. I'll be back. Who you got? Who you married to Arnold Schwarzenegger? I'll be back. Anyway, never a good thing. All right. So back in here. All right, I can take this color. Let me see. Yeah, it might have been probably could have went maybe one more degree lighter. I probably should have took the colors to this uh what value is this? This is 4. Yeah. Probably could have taken a 4 or maybe 3, depending on, what's going on. Ah, that's kind of fun. Go back to that little darker shade of it. We're just over here to get a little bit of nice to have use some of these shadows around going over the leg and uh, the tail there to just to stop it from running off here a little bit. I'm going to use this color too, right here on the tip of the tail. That's where it kind of flips over here. Just go right on those ridges, the scales on the top. And if you go straight down with your brush, just touch, lift straight up, you can get pretty much all those scales. And it's really, you only do one side. Don't do all the way around it. You just do this side. You'll be fine. That's kind of cool. Well, it's not too bad. Yeah, I might have to come back here and just touch a little bit of couple of these scales in the middle row here. Just hit the top edge. Just, but not by much. It's just really starting to get some subtleties in here that might work. And it could be just full of crap too. But
Okay, I'm back.
yeah. Oh, I come back, I say I'm full of crap, and you're back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Hey, join the crowd. Okay. Well, let me put in a little lights. I'm going to put in the lights, and I'm going to come back in and put in some more details, and then we'll put in some knife work behind them, and then we'll try. I'll try a few things here yet. We are on okay, transparent oxide. I'm going to jump down to the phthalo greens and transparent oxides. And like I said, 7s might have been a better number call on the value, because that even at 7, some of these guys feel a little dark now. Okay, I'm going to come down and take the 5 version. Yeah, that'll work. Just get a few of these right under his neck. I can start the run at least. And right in there, it gets a little bit brighter. So I'm just going to go to the warm side, or I'm doing the mix area where I mix the brown side, the transparent side, and the light side together. I got to try and get that a little. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong. Too warm. Yep. Okay. Blue and transparent oxide. Right here at the gullet, right here at the in that area. That's just touching it in that little light area. Probably could go just a hair lighter in a couple of little spots. This will probably looks at, and then I look at it and I go, it's right here too. But thinking that's value wise, it's a color, but I'm thinking on value is probably just a little off. Yeah, I think. I must say, I'm not even thinking about it being paper. I'm not getting paid for this either. Just,
You're not getting paid for the painting?
well, no, I'm not getting paid for saying I like
Ah,
this paper.
oh, okay.
I got to work on that. That's all I'm saying. I got to work on
Yeah.
it. If I can, he can get, if it works, it works. I'm going to tone his eye down at the bottom of his eye here. Touching it, touching it, touching it. Trying to keep the top a little lighter than that. Okay. Oh, it's starting to come. Starting to get there. I'm getting a lot of details in here. I'm not normally wouldn't be putting in anything, probably. But I think this is pretty cool. I think this section here, just a few dots, just like in this area here. I just need one lighter dot. Just not, I'm gonna have to lighten it up just a little bit more. Put a touch more blue into it. Just in that neck thing.
Periodically every 2 3 hours. So I know the battery. I have the battery. And I wanted to put the battery in. The problem is that when I let's say remove open the paint.
Sorry, I got to mute you guys real quick. Okay. We tried lightening up that thing, and it might have to be. That's about it. Yeah. I was trying to leave the negative area of the dark in between and just catch it with a thing, but it just overloaded. So I'm gonna have to come back with a knife and scratch those in. Just like I gotta be doing with a few things. I'm gonna be going down here to no, I'm gonna try this. Phthalo green and transparent on the transparent side now. And just get a few of these areas on these things. on the higher side, light side. Coming through here. You have a small little brush here that's been brutalized. I mean, pretty much doesn't even have any any bristles on it. It's just a round barrel, almost with just barely any bristles on it. Maybe I can go. May have more control putting them in. Maybe. You know, and it's a lot like whenever I do paint bricks or anything else like that. You don't want to put too many bricks. You do them all. You want to do a few over here. You define a few up here, a few over here. So yeah, you move the eye, but you don't just make a too much of a make it. It gets bulky, gets heavy. So yeah, I'm gonna try these guys again. What I'm thinking now, I've been putting in all these worms, worms, transparent oxide, and phthalo green, and mixed together with, and they stay very warm. Maybe I'm gonna go with a little bit lighter, a little cooler to make them stand out. Get that little bit of phthalo green and alizarin coming back with just at the end of that area. Anyway, a few more dots here and there. Just not many. I'm just trying to show you that there are options, and I got some nice creeping going on here. So just a few dots. That's good enough. That's good. Come down to here. Fine. Okay. Now let's put in the back. His back. I already have the marks, pretty much all these guys in here, and it was just, it was pretty simple. It was just, my brush tipping in. You get this rhythm, and it works. Okay, so these lines in here, they feel a little green. They do feel a little green, but I think they're not too green. So I'm going to go with this gray. I'm going to go with my oxide, transparent oxide mixed with blue on the blue side. Let's try that. And this is at 8, not totally dark. And I'm just gonna. These guys go up here. They pretty much go right there with the line. Try again. Just a touch of oil mixed in with so it's not runny, but just can go there. Get the first one. I use about half my knife here. Pressure wise, I get about halfway and come back. And now these things will start angling back a little bit as I go. No, a little bit more. That's working. Almost. That's why I like putting them in with the knife, because you're going to get some areas that are going to come out really kind of nice, and then they're going to, go bad. Then you're going to have spots where it just doesn't go in. The paint just does not work the way it should. No, that's the right color. That's pretty good. That'll work. And then back in here, we're going to hit a few back in here because I think this is kind of fun. I don't want too much. That's the thing is, yeah, it always happens. Some of the best stuff happens right on the edge. But this is it. This is where you start to bring knife comes in, and starts to come out. I'm definitely got to have to get in front of this alligator right and paint it because I think his eyeball's too low. Mouth, yeah, it's way too low. It's probably should go up here. But for now, technique wise, some of those things are working out really kind of well. And now I'm going to come back with a small brush that fits about those sizes. There we go. And it's the same technique as that we're kind of doing down in here on these guys, but a little bit darker. I might go with a phthalo green and purple mix. Not full, closer to full strength than that, maybe. I'm gonna do the row going in the middle of his back first because that's the darkest one. Well, I'm not dropping it straight down because it is just a little bit big for this, for most of them. So I do have to kind of come in at an angle. I'm going to switch to the purple side. Did green most of the way here, and I'm going to switch to a little bit more purple. That was a little dark, so I'm going to have to run it back a little bit. I mean, it's going to do the touch the row above it. This is just touch and go, touch and go. Doesn't work. Too bad. Go on. You don't want them to be too perfect. Do a mix of both colors together for this bottom.
Yeah, that's always my problem is that it's too perfect.
Well, we try to be, right? And that's the thing is you can't be. You just you can't make a living on that. You got to be able to work with the other stuff because it's not there. There's some good color. I like this. I mean, I like working with just a few colors too, instead of the whole shebang, so these guys are the same way. Just whoops, don't love to get too much, too strong, softer touch, putting them in, lighten up the ones that are just gone a little too dark. Okay. And down in here, the same thing. Maybe yeah, that's what I do. Go back to your darkish purples I'm just going to touch a few rows, line rows in underneath here. Not many. Just the idea of them. And I kind of like here too. There's these scales around his leg here. You know, pretty much everything's going to get probably a little bit of this, but I'm going to look for it if it's too warmer or darker or things like that. Definitely that head going to have to get in front of it for that, I think. Let me, I'm just going to get a little bit smaller brush and just brush in his, brush in his jaw, bottom jaw there. This is not. This one. Oh, looks like it. Now we do just a few things. Probably think it's there. So this is I might put a little bit of green into it, maybe. It's gonna be a lot of reflective color right in the underneath his jaw here. Yeah. All my colors go a little lighter now. Okay, we're doing fine on time too. It's good. I'm gonna try a little bit of this right. A stronger right there. And then right above here too. Yeah, gonna have to.
You gonna paint some teeth?
You want my eye paint teeth? What do you buy? Some dentist? Yeah, I could paint some teeth. That's a kind of the ridge I left, isn't it? The thing is, if you paint teeth, you really don't make them any brighter because of you're gonna be going against contrast here, the dark and stuff. So you really almost use the same light I'm using right here. I'm only going to put a few in again. Follow the line. Follow the yellow brick road here too. There, and then I'll go back in, and when I get the eye in the right place here, I will dig in here a little bit. But I mean, put the highlights and things around it. You look at it a little bit longer and get in front of it. So there we go. Just a few more of these in here. Just a couple dots. One of the things too is they kind of move around. They're not like exactly uh the same all the time. They are changing. They are probably just shifted down a little bit, the rows. And I also got a lot of little things back in here. Okay, went probably too far with his head here. All right. But technique wise, kind of fun. I'm going to go with a little bit stronger greens again. Trying to put in a few of these heavier grasses here. Maybe I can. I don't try not to have to do them all. Does need, As soon as I did that, I could tell, Need to go a little darker right in here. I'll try a little bit of lightness in here. This out of it. Just trying to get a few drop rip little things here. Drops coming down here. I'm going to put in a few lighter greens and we will should be close. Oh, I did put in these lines. Golly jeepers. Okay. So the color back there, I mean, I can always go back in and paint it in. Yeah, probably have to. Yeah, I'm gonna put them in real quick. Put in the background and change it. I just have everything marked. I'm just gonna do it quick. And now, then it'll just be adjustments. I just, brown was just too strong. It's too dark. And again, I'm gonna try also, let me put this in and then I'll maybe lighten a few spots here and then I won't have to do them all. But I was just gonna do basically where kind of see through here a little bit. I do kind of need just a little bit more contrast around his head here. I can use that. Buff it out of here a little bit. Then back in. Pretty much the same back in here. That should do it. We did Wally Gator here. Let me bring it in. You guys can't see anything. But that's, a lot closer. I gotta move his eye and a few things I think I'm looking at going, could do that, could do that. And then, like I said, and give me a few minutes to look at it, decide if I want to, go green down in here and do that thing, if that's going to make it It's always great to have Procreate left around, laying around, to take a picture of it. I could drop it in, paint it in really a minute, take a look at it and say, hey man, that will work, or it doesn't do too much. Anyway, let's see what you folks have been painting. Well, didn't paint.
No, I didn't paint.
That's okay. Kim, I really, throughout these 8 weeks here, your paintings I think you've made a big jump. You might not think so, but I can see that there are some really beautiful drawings going on there, and some movement with your paint. Your technique looks more confident already. Man, I think you could do really well painting. Just keep it up.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah, we'll see you.
Do just that.
Okay. Let's see, Sarah. Sarah, I know painted. She's ready to go. How'd your alligator come up? Oh, nice, Sarah.
Thanks.
Well, okay. What'd you paint on? What'd you paint on? Just board, right?
No, actually, I had the oil paint paper that you have. So I used
You
that.
did? And
Yeah.
you said, let's
Oh.
try it?
Yeah.
Have you been painting on it before then?
No, this was actually my first go, so it was fun.
You two, there we are. We're together.
Yep.
So what did you think of it?
There was a lot of fun. I'm glad you did it. I like the drips. I see what you mean though, because I don't know if you can see it, but you can see they look like the scales because of the dripping. So
Yeah,
cool.
they have a lot of that, and just the texture of the paper coming through. You don't have to, you can do it either way. You can put it down. So you get a little bit, it's really kind of nice. You really get a nice watercolor feel in there. And like I said, with that, just that horse last week, that water on the ground and stuff on the cement, this would have worked out great for it. So, hey, if you know what you're going to paint, maybe then, you can choose your materials a little, to fit. That looks really great. Yeah, you got to just put on this rest of the scales in there and stuff. I'd really like his tail. His tail has you can already, that tail's beautiful.
Thank you.
I like that. Yeah, the rest of it, you're just coming along. You got your greens back there. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, girl. Shelly, come on, Shelly. Turn on your camera.
Yeah, I lost my way.
That's okay, Shelly. Oh. Now you're painting on a panel though, right? Yep.
Yeah, I'm painting on a panel and it's too small. It's way too small.
What size are you?
Oh God, what is it? I don't know, 8 by 10 or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's tiny. So
Hey, you just work on the head. Sometimes it's just
yeah.
sometimes what you got there is pretty good, but if you just go in there and nail the head, a few dots of scales in his neck, and just really just hone that face. You're just missing the warms in his face. That's all it is. The lower part of his face is more of the phthalo green and the transparent oxide on those two underneath. And you got it. The drawing looks really good. Just use the colors there.
Use the colors, yeah.
And if you make that look great, it's a beautiful sketch. It would be a wonderful sketch. The back tail's fabulous. That looks, right. That looks, effortless and looks good. The grasses are pretty good. Take a few, you got a big run of nothing going all the way off. Take a few all the way off up there.
Right.
And, and then just really just hone the head. Just hone that head. Don't, even your marks, I like the strength of that green mark underneath his belly, underneath his head, and running down there. That's a nice line. That's a really good brush, thing. That's so if you work the head and make it look, get that to work right, all the looseness will come into play, but just work the head. That's it. Try it.
Okay.
That's all you have to do. And, you know, that's really quite nice.
Thank you.
I don't, you know, hey, that's the way we all are about our work. You know, we all they feel a little, you know, I don't like to show mine that much because you always have that little thing in the back of your head that it's not perfect. But you'd be surprised. I think there are some real. You guys did some great work here. Everybody but Kim. So
So next week is not a class,
yeah, not
But
a
you're-
class.
but you're going to let us watch?
If you want, no, yeah, and I can send out if you guys want to paint it too. But here, I'll show you the size I got to paint. I got 3 commissions from 3 different people for, you know, that kind of stuff.
Oh, wow.
Big.
Yeah.
Big.
Fantastic. Wow.
Big.
Yeah, I got it, you know, and so we have big brush, big thing. So, you know, if you guys want to just join in, I mean, I'm not sure how much you know me. I talk to myself when I paint. So
That works. That works. If
Well, if you
around
send out a
the
link,
link.
we might join in. But
Yeah,
otherwise,
I'll send
don't
you a
let
link.
us hold you back.
Yeah, you know, let me see how it goes. But you know, we will definitely be getting together again over the summer a few times. Like I said, I'm going to be in and out. So I just got to really look at the schedule and see where I can fit in the classes. But they're going to be. I'm just going to do them like I've tried this before and it didn't work, so we're going to try it again.
I
where
like
do-
that approach.
Yeah, so it's you know, the a la carte thing where you can buy maybe 3 classes or you can buy 1 class, you know, type thing, and you can go to any of them, you know, use it for any of the classes. So I'll try that.
Oh, what? To do some of the watch them on tape that we didn't do. Is that what you're saying?
No. That you can, you know, come to the class when I do
Oh,
it.
I see.
I will put them, you know, I'll pick out. I'm going to do some work. I'm going to finally do some work, image work, and pick out the ones paintings for the summer. For
Right.
classes, and you guys can just decide which ones you want to come to, and if it fit with your schedule.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But otherwise than that, we're all done.
I will see you next week.
All right, girl.
Thank you.
All right. Take her easy, guys. Have a great summer. I don't see ya.
I'll see you soon. Bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.